It's good. I mean, this is well deserved. I mean, after last year and what the guys are doing, it's finally here. So it's a lot of fun.
This game, the HBCU Swingman Classic, tell us what it means to you and why you're here for it.
Well, it means more to the kids who don't get an opportunity to see the decision makers each and every day. I mean, this is getting exposure. For me, it's a different path. Having a dad play, being able to be seen at an early age, that's huge. These kids, not everybody can go to a Power 5 conference. Not everybody, can be on a full ride. I mean, you look at baseball, it's 11.7 scholarships for 25 players. You play other sports, football, basketball, it's a full ride. So, even when you come out of school, whether you're an HBCU or a Power 5, you still have money that you've got to, pay back. And this is an opportunity for these guys to be seen. And even if they don't make it, it's an opportunity for them to be in baseball and work in baseball.
Your son was a college athlete. Was there something inspiring in particular that made you want to get this off the ground?
Just giving back. I mean, we have the Hank Aaron Invitational, which is a younger group. And, the original idea was to try to get the college players to play in between the younger guys, the 12 to 15 and the 15 to 17. There's a break and try to play them so both things could see them, both groups could see them. And I just came up with an idea to have it at All-Star break, and it just went from there.
How cool is it to have your dad in the dugout tonight? Him being someone who passed down a lot to you, and now he has the chance to pass down what he knows to these guys here.
I mean, he's always giving back. I mean, it's not, one player that, he's ever met that he didn't want to help. I mean, you get to a certain age in life and you want to help as many people as you can, and he's done it, and, so now it's my turn.
If you can go back and think when you were young like these guys here, what would you tell your younger self as far as how to handle the day-to-day pressures of the journey and making your way all the way to the top?
I didn't even think about that because I was on like an express elevator, so I really didn't have a chance to sit back and go, oh, what about it? Nah, it's just different. I mean, for me, it's always been, take one day at a time and keep it moving.
This team is young. What kind of team do you see right now? They got to the playoffs for the first time in a very long time last season. What are you seeing in this team as they sit at 500 right now?
We just got to play and make the plays. I mean, that's what this game is about. You're going to have ups and downs. You just got to not give up and keep going.
What got you through long seasons?
I didn't really have long seasons. Baseball season. Baseball is not a long season. No, it's one. Hold on, I'll get you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, one of those things that I tell you what. And to be honest, my first year, because I went basically, a year and a half out of high school, not playing 162 games, and like when we got to 90 games, I was dead tired. And then you get, after the first year, then I was like, okay, I understand it, but you prepare, I prepare, to play 162 games, from basically October.
A lot of preparation. What goes into it?
Just trying to be that guy. I mean, day in and day out, you want to go out there and help your team, and part of it is being healthy and being out there.
Yeah, Ken from Converge Media, representing the Central District and South End of Seattle. You know what I'm saying? How important do you think that this game is, of course, for the players, but for young kids in our neighborhood, young black kids who a lot of times have lost that connection and that love to baseball? And part of this effort of reviving baseball in inner city, how important is it them coming down here to the ballpark today in this atmosphere?
It's very important. I mean, anytime you can see someone that looks like you out on the field, and if you one of those guys. I mean, for me, I was 19, so people could relate to me because I was so young. Now these kids that are coming in are going to be able to watch kids that are my age. So hopefully, in the next couple of years, a couple of these kids get drafted and they can follow their careers, and that's what it takes. It just takes one or two guys for people to look at and go, That I remember him when I watched him when he was at this game or at a school, and like I said, for me, it's important that we get as many eyeballs on these kids as possible, because they having the opportunity to play the game, to work in the game is important.
How excited are you for a night like this? First ever HBCU game. What does it mean?
And it's sponsored after junior too, so I'm excited. To me, I've been doing these type clinics for the last 5 years. One was the Breakthrough Series, and we do that in Vero, and the other one was the Hank Aaron Invitational. So we do those down in Florida, and it's closer to us. But this was Junior's first one, and I'm very proud of him. I can't get no prouder.
He said when this all started that the reason he wanted something like this is because you inspired him to give back to the game in such a way.
Well, I tried to. I would give stuff back to the places back in where I'm from, Denora, Pennsylvania. And that's home of Stan Musial. So I would give stuff back to the coaches and the people back home where they didn't have balls or nets or anything of that nature. And I guess he watched me. So I'm just proud of him, period. I mean, I really can't say much about what he's done because he's done so much, but I just love what he's doing.
What does it mean to you to come back here and to get to be a part of a game
Well,
like
I haven't been back to Seattle so long. I think it was 90. No, I think when they retired his number. When was that? You remember?
Tate? It's been in the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
Well, it's been a while. So, but yeah, this changed. Downtown has changed, and it's the first time in this ballpark. I'm saying, in terms of getting ready to play on it. So, I don't know. Seattle's kind of second home for me, like him. Because I enjoyed every minute I was here. I was only here a month and a year, but those month and years was great here.
Hey, for these guys playing tonight, it's a nationally televised game. What can this stage platform do for them and just the exposure that they're going to get tonight?
Well, the biggest thing, the exposure. For years, a lot of people were talking about the young black players don't get a chance because of the fact that a lot of scouts don't go into their area, which could be a little dangerous at sometimes, but at the same time, they don't get a chance to get looked at. And this has exposed that to a point where, like I said, the Invitational, the Hank Aaron Invitational, this one here, is giving them a chance to do what they love doing, playing baseball.